China virus, or I like the plague from China.
One of almost 4,000 anti-Asian hate incidents reported in the U.S. over the past year.
Kung flu, yeah. Some people call it the Chinese flu, the China flu, right? They call it the China.
7 people have been shot and killed in Georgia tonight in the Atlanta metro area.
It comes from China. It comes from China.
My question is, do you think that's wrong?
The young man came back at least 3 times to throw things into our foyer and leave not only a racist note, but a racist mask that he wrote on.
I would like to begin by announcing some important developments in our war against the Chinese virus.
Why do you keep calling this the Chinese virus?
Since the start of the pandemic, attacks against Asian Americans have been on the rise.
Yeah, no, I don't take responsibility at all. The Chinese virus.
That's exactly when, the same week, President Trump began to use the term insistently on Chinese virus. We knew that that rhetoric was exacerbating. People asked, is there a surge? Well, in 2019, nobody was spitting and coughing on other people.
The rise in anti-Asian violence, it appears, is not waning, it is festering. Perhaps in the past, prominent figures were not willing to speak out. Some view it now as a must. Look no further than Yani Tseng, a 2-time women's PGA champ and, per the New York Times, the first player from Taiwan to reach the world #1 ranking. I'm scared every time I see the news that it could happen to me, she said. She told the story of her friend who lives in Irvine, who had a terrifying experience while in her car in a grocery store parking lot. Thugs approached her and attempted to open its locked doors, pounding on it with so much force the vehicle moved. After hearing that, Tseng said, I was really worried about myself. Nyan Choi is a 9-time LPGA winner and hails from South Korea. She told the Times she did not want her mother, who usually travels with her on the tour, to do so this year. Quote, I was thinking it's not safe for her to be alone when I'm focusing on practice, Choi said. She can't speak English, so she'd be stuck in the hotel because I wouldn't want her going out. LPGA commish Michael Wan, who announced he will be stepping down after completing his 11th year on the tour, said there had been isolated incidents involving Asian players away from tournament venues over the years, including some in which the tour's security detail had to get involved. Mina Haragai, a decorated amateur from Monterey, California, whose parents are Japanese, told the Times, I'll be honest, I got so scared, I went online and bought a self-defense stick. Haragai, like Choi and Tseng, is on the LPGA Tour. Many fans of the sport know who Michelle Wee West is. Now, with the rise in anti-Asian violence, in her own words, she views herself in a different light. She said she ran an errand at a strip mall near the course, one of the thousands of such pit stops she has made for one forgotten item or another during her nearly 2 decades of competing in the LPGA. This time, though, it was different. It was the first time I was truly afraid, she said, adding, we're a target now, unfortunately. She also reflects on the many microaggressions from years past. I look back at a lot of the questions that reporters ask me, why are the South Koreans so good? That question always bothered me, but I answered it. I'd say, oh, because they practiced really hard, and by saying that I was playing into the microaggression. I never really put 2 and 2 together as to why that question and certain other comments bothered me until this year. Lydia Ko, a former #1 on tour and 16-time winner, told the outlet she worried about her mother traveling to the United States. Jane Park, one of the most humorous players on tour, lives just a few miles from one of the 3 massage parlors that were targeted back in March. She called it jarring. Christina Kim expressed her frustrations to the Times as well. She said she's tired of hearing that Asians talk funny, and really tired of the added pressure that Asian-born players on the tour feel to speak the Queen's English to avoid being mocked or criticized. She's tired of people on social media directing comments to her about the Kung flu. By speaking out, they are showing there is more to an athlete than playing the sport they thrive in. While the country continues its troubling trend, the players are trying their best to change it. It is commendable, to say the least. Most importantly, the athletes refuse to shut up and dribble. They are speaking out to draw attention to the atrocities they face in a country that proclaims to be the land of the free.